Hey guys, I wanted to just say that I agree with Kelsey's idea for the bucket list. Since I really had nothing to do for this vlog, I decided to find a top 10 list. And the top 10 list that I found, of course with me being the lawyer, I found top 10 unusual lawsuits. So, number 10. Man sues Michael Jordan, for looking like him. Alan Heckard sued Michael Jordan for looking like him. Number 9, man sues Budweiser for false advertising. In 1991, a man named Richard Overton filed a lawsuit against Anheuser-Busch for false advertising that he had led to emotional distress, mental injury, and financial loss. Harris alleged that, unlike what happens to guys in their ads, when he drank Bud Light, ladies weren't attracted to him, nor did beautiful women in tropical settings appear out of thin air. Okay, number 8. Man sues himself. Curtis Goki filed a lawsuit against the city of Lodi, California when one of their dump trucks accidentally backed into his car. The problem? Goki was a city employee and he was the guy driving the dump truck that went backed into his own car. They said he couldn't sue himself, so he filed a lawsuit in his wife's name, and then his wife followed through with the suit and even raised the damage amount, saying that she wasn't as nice as her husband was. Number 7, surfer sues over stolen wave. Yeah, that's right. Somebody stole a surfer's wave, and he got angry, so he sued them. Number 6, a student sues for right to smelly feet. This person was expelled from the school, and the judge actually ruled in his favor, saying that having smelly feet is no excuse to prevent a student from continuing their studies. Okay, number 5, a Russian astrologer sues NASA. Marina Ball is the Russian astrologer who sued NASA in July of 2005 for allegedly disrupting the balance of the universe. At the time, NASA had fired the Deep Impact Space Probe into the comet Tempel 1 in the hope of studying its interior. Ball sued for damages and moral sufferings, alleging that the comet and the natural balance of forces in the universe would never be the same. Wow. Number 4, man sues corporations for witchcraft. In 2008, a Canadian man brought a $2 billion lawsuit against several corporations after claiming that companies had repeatedly dabbled in witchcraft, satanic rituals, and brainwave control in an attempt to bolster profits. Wow. Okay. Number 3, the cable car nymphomaniac. Sorry. Horrible pronunciation skills. A woman named Gloria Sykes was injured after the cable car she was riding on malfunctioned and careened down a hill. Sykes suffered a black eye and some scratches in the accident, but she filed a $500,000 lawsuit against the city for a much more curious reason. She claimed the accident had triggered a demonic sex urge in her. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to finish reading that one. Number 2, a man sues God. Okay. A Roman prisoner named Pavel Mercia attempted to sue God for fraud and gross negligence. Mercia, who had spent 20 years behind bars for murder, claimed that God had failed to deliver him from evil, as he had promised at his custody. Oh my good. Anyway. And finally, number 1, the world's most litigious man sues. When it comes to filing unusual lawsuits, few compare to Jonathan Lee Riches, who has filed an enormous amount of them in United States District Courts. Known variously as Johnny Tsunami, and the Litigator Crusader, Riches has been known to try and take anyone and anything to court. Targets of his over 4,000 lawsuits have included George W. Bush, the Somal Pirates, NASCAR NFL quarterback Michael Vick, New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick, Martha Stewart, Steve Jobs. Riches, who is currently doing time in Oklahoma City prison, has even attempted to sue historical figures like Plato, Nostradamus, and Che Guevara, as well as inanimate objects like the Eiffel Tower, the Lincoln Memorial, and Plymouth Rock. Arguably, his most famous and currently most ironic lawsuit occurred in May 2009, when Riches sued the Guinness Book of World Records for naming him the world's most litigious man, claiming the company had no right to publish his legal masterpieces. Wow. Okay, I'm going over on time, but I figured that would be at least a little bit interesting. Love you all, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.